It is your boy Commish Mula in the building. As we have these prospects coming off the bus, just check them out because this is a win or go home game here in the Simulation Basketball Association. You don't want to miss it. High School Series National Championship will be here soon. Who do you guys got as the champion of our very first high school series, guys? Drop who you got in the chat. And also, let me get a hashtag Noti Gang for all of my notification gang members out there. Let me get a hashtag Noti Gang in the chat. Noti Gang in the chat. Both teams ready to go. Both teams a lot of top prospects. Both teams with users. Both teams with user duos. And you know, before we get this thing cranking, gotta hit up them sliders, guys. The magic sliders. We always just gotta make sure here in the SBA. Yes, you could do it in your foul, but 2K gets wacky sometimes. And one thing we don't play about here in the SBA is them sliders, baby. Them sliders got to be, you feel me? Them sliders got to be slidering. You feel me? So without further ado, let's see. Yeah, them numbers is looking good right there. Shout out to my guy D'Angelo Cannon in the building. Hold up, let me get that camera angle right. Yes, sir. Shout out to David Sims, D'Angelo Cannon. Let me get a hashtag Our League in the chat for all my guys that's tuning in. David Sims, appreciate you. I think that's a new guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pharaoh Range trying to skip through that lane early. Nothing doing. And Caden Numa with the rock. Let's see what Caden Numa got. Caden Numa, user point guard, going against the best point guard in the nation right now. That one off the mark right there from Caden Numa. But Caden Numa and Larry James, man, these two guys are electric 1-2 combo. And then Zhao Lee at the big just makes it super tough. Pharaoh Reigns off the mark with both of his attempts, but trust me, this kid can heat up in a hurry. He is not the best point guard in the nation for no reason, but there goes Larry James, the number 2 point guard in the nation. Larry is a bit of a combo guard because you got him and Caden Numa on his team. You still rank him as a point guard because you know at that size, Larry's pretty much going to be a point guard. Nice move right there from Madison, but the defense all over and continuing to send that out of there. Newsom, three-pointer on the way in transition, no good. Both teams can't really get it to go from the three-point line right now. Larry the only one to hit, but let's see how that fares later in the game. Pharaoh with another good look. Ill. He is 0 for 3 on the night. Pharaoh trying to get it going early. Tournament ball, but it is not looking good. And get that out of here. One of the best bigs, undersized, AJ Quinn, just makes it so tough. This guy is undersized, but he plays like he's 7 foot. AJ Quinn has been a tremendous bright spot for this Word of God Holy Rams team all season long. Him, Adrian Robinson, really been holding it down in the post. And then, of course, you know you got Jaden Carter and Pharaoh Reigns doing what they do at that 1-2 combination. Larry with the rock. Larry spin move. Larry gets it to Zhao. Zhao in the post. He has the size advantage. And he's going to draw the foul. Headed to the line for 2. So Zhao Lee has the size advantage over AJ Quinn. However, AJ Quinn has him in weight. And AJ Quinn also has him in strength. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that matchup fares. Zhao Lee looking a bit nervous right there. Not counting his pennies. Both of these teams scoring at a pretty good rate, but the first 2 minutes of this game, a real defensive matchup so far. Let's see if Zhao can knock down a second free throw. Yes. So he splits at the line 4-0 in favor of Sierra Canyon. Word of God with the rock. Pharaoh with it. Pharaoh surveying the floor. He wants to get it to Adrian Robinson. Mr. Robinson on a spin. Another spin. Spinning all over the place. And Air Robinson, a.k.a. AR-15, who has declared he's going overseas with his point guard, Pharaoh Reigns. Both of them declaring for that overseas draft. And speaking of overseas draft, the international guy out of the UK, Larry James, knocking down that deep leaning 3. That is his second of the night. I'm telling you right now, You might got to get the upset alert going if Larry James is hot, but Jaden Carter Jr. answering right back with a 3 of his own, 5-7 in favor of Sierra Canyon. Caden Numa, what do you got? Mr. Numa, oh, good pump fake right there. Thought he had a good look, but Larry gets one, and ooh, that is dangerous right there. I don't know what Word of God is doing. They got to press up on Larry. They're giving Larry James too much room. I think Farrell is giving him too much respect, and I'd hate. They know they got to double, but you can't double. That's cash. Can't double off of the #1 point guard in the nation. I don't care how cold he started the game. That is why he is #1. Shout out to William Beach checking in. William Beach, one of the new guys. Shout out to the new guys here. Let me get a hashtag new in the chat to show some love to the new guys here. A lot of new guys here in the Mulaverse for Season 2 of the SBA, and I cannot wait to see what these guys gonna do, man. We're gonna have some runs for these guys, rec runs, park runs. So before you see them in the academy, you will see a lot from these guys. You may see some high school games and highlights from these guys as well. So stay very in tune. Armstrong with the rock. Shout out to Coach Zay checking in. I believe that is another new guy. So the new guys are popping out. Yes, sir. William Beach, Coach Zay. 12-8 in favor of Sierra Canyon right now, and now both teams are looking like they broke the ice. Sparrow Reigns trying to find Air Robinson, but to no avail on that one. Larry skipping through. Larry, good move, but even better defense from Pharaoh Reigns. Pharaoh Reigns is a two-way guy. Okay, that's Antonio Newsom, so he been here, guys. Antonio Newsom is actually #0 for Sierra Canyon right now. Keep an eye on him and Madison. Both of them are the shooters for their team, but Jaden Carter is looking like a shooter right now, knocking down 2 for 2. And Jaden Carter, that is not really his strong suit. He is a pretty good catch and shoot guy. If he's wide open, can knock it down. But Jaden Carter is a two-way kind of like corner slashing guy, so very interested to see him knocking down these threes early and often. Larry gets a good look, but that one no good. Can't leave Larry open like this, man. They're playing with fire, leaving Larry James open like that. They are super lucky that he didn't capitalize on that one. Adrian Robinson trying to force it in, almost a steal. But Jaden Carter Jr. is going to bring it back out. Good ball movement right now. Adrian Robinson trying to go on Armstrong. He gets picked by Newsom. Newsom, great defense on that one. Newsom with the steal. He gets it to his point guard, Numa. Let's see what Caden Numa has in store. Looks like they want to go to Larry. Looks like they want Larry off that screen. Larry, nothing doing. Jay got Jaden Carter Jr. on Larry. That is a smart matchup. They got they lockdown on Larry. Newsom, deep three. He can hit that. No good. Bobbles out the rim. Newsom can knock that down, so you got to watch it. And so can Madison. Got to step up on him. Both teams trying to get that three ball going early and often right now, but it is not working for either of them. Both of these teams have shot the three ball very well during the season too. If you want to check out our stats, be sure to head into that Discord, man. My Stats Online has been holding it down for us. So if you want to, get in tune with the stats, check out what these players are doing, do some scouting. Maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you want to do a podcast or something for the SBA. I don't know. Maybe I'm just throwing that in the air. But yeah, man, check out the stats in our Discord. Side out for Sierra Canyon. Johnson with the rock. So both teams electing to go with their bench. Nash, Levins. The Sierra Canyon team has a pretty good bench as well, so that's why you gotta watch them. Nash to the corner, Levins. He can hit that. Levins off the mark. And O'Brien with the rebound. Zhao Lee has been quiet in this game, guys. Zhao Lee has been very quiet in this game. Jones with the rock. Jones off the screen. Jones to Bryant. Bryant skipped through. And that is a lay me on that one. Play work to perfection. Johnson surveying the floor. Let's see what Johnson got. Johnson 11s. Do they want to go to Zhao now? Let's see. Shout out to the 5 show. Yeah, they're doubling on Zhao. That's a smart move, but Shabazz Armstrong with the tough lay-in right there. 14-13. Sierra Canyon with that lead. Can we see another upset in this one? That'd be very interesting. We seen Grayson get upset earlier in the week as a 2nd seed. And now Word of God here against the 7th seed in Sierra Canyon. But boy, this will not be an easy task. Oh no, Word of God against the 8th seed in Sierra Canyon, pardon me. Because Word of God is the 1st seed here in this high school series. So this would be a tremendous upset for Word of God. And let me stop speaking that into existence for those guys. Don't want to put any bad juju. But Izzy Johnson's going to hold for the last shot. Smart move. 10 seconds. Got to get ready to go now. Levins looks like he's going to set that screen for him. Yes, he is. He's going to drop a man in a paint and help. Levins with the 3. I like that. I love that play right there. That was a beautiful play, and it was executed to perfection by Sierra Canyon to end that first quarter. So Pharaoh Reigns, the #1 player in the #1 point guard in the nation, pardon me, with a bit of a quiet first quarter. SBA community, drop those twos in the chat. Twos in the chat. You know how we rockin' second quarter action on the way, but the #1 point guard in the nation kind of got outplayed by Larry James in that one. Larry James is the #2 point guard in the nation. Of course, those two guys are on the thumbnail. But if we're being honest, man, Larry had a better first quarter. Let's see if Pharaoh Reigns can get it together. McAdoo to Larry James. Speaking of Larry, but Jaden Carter Jr. on him. Jaden Carter Jr. is a lockdown, guys. And that's it. I'm telling you. That guy put you in a box. Numa now trying to work on Pharaoh. He wants the screen. Screen by McAdoo. Numa pulls it back. Oh, I thought he was going to go with the shot. Thought he had Newsom in the corner. 5 seconds. They got to move with some sense of urgency. Armstrong gets it. Larry. Is it good? Pharaoh with the closeout. Good defense right there by Pharaoh. Fisher with the rock. Fisher pushing it up. Fisher, what do you got? Fisher kicks it to Pharaoh. Pharaoh up in almost the 3-point play, but he's going to the line for 2. Caden Numa is going to pick up the foul. Pharaoh Reigns, can you count your pennies? Pardon the stats on the screen, that is not accurate. First free throw up, and it is good for Pharaoh Reigns. Stats are not accurate, guys. We take our own stats within a Discord. Let me pull them stats up so I can give you guys some footnotes on these guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Pharaoh Reigns. Free throw is up and it is good. Pharaoh knocking down both of his pennies. Super important. Those pennies are super important, Pharaoh. Oh, Numa wants a 3 and Numa no good on that one. I think he forced that one a bit. It was a decent look. It was a decent look. Pharaoh Reigns with the rock. Pharaoh, what do you got? Wants to get it to his man, Air Robinson. Air Robinson against Shabazz Armstrong. Nice move right there from Adrian Robinson. AR-15. He has 4 points, 4 rebounds on 2 of 3 shooting. And this guy's one of the best power forwards in the league, just oozing with potential. And scouts are definitely raving after hearing he's going overseas. Them overseas clubs are super excited to hear that. You know those scouts must have been in his ear, because to land a player like that going to the international scene is a big deal. Zal Lee gets picked by Pharaoh Reigns. Pharaoh Reigns on the break, slams it. That's why Pharaoh Reigns is so dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. A two-way point guard, but still, although he's two-way, still one of the best scoring guards in the league, believe it or not. Nice strong rebound by AJ Quinn. AJ Quinn is just having his way with Zal right there. You could just tell he's too strong. Between AJ Quinn and Adrian Robinson, that is why a lot of teams had a tough time dealing with this Word of God team. Adrian Robinson. Oh, good pass by Adrian Robinson. Playmaking on that one. But Jaden Carter Jr. not able to finish. Gotta finish that when the big man dimes you. Good pass from Newsom to Zal. And I believe that might be Zal's first baskets. That might be his first field goal. Zal Lee gets in the books, ties it up at 19. Let's see. Pharaoh wants to dance. Pharaoh trying to dance on Numa. Pharaoh skipped through the lane. Numa, got to get your weight up just a little bit. Pharaoh just thugged you on that one. Caden Numa with the rock. Caden Numa to Armstrong. Let's see what Shabazz Armstrong can do. Caden Numa trying to go right back at Pharaoh. He gets deep, but ew. Terrible shot on that one. Caden Numa just forcing it, trying to answer back against Pharaoh, but that is no good. However, AJ Quinn almost turned it over, but Shabazz Armstrong getting a bit overzealous on that one. And that is going to be a reaching foul. Word of God, 8-2 on the season. Only took 2 losses this season. These guys were tremendous all season long. And they're looking to keep that success up here in the playoffs. First round. They have a 2-point lead right now against Sierra Canyon, 21-19. And Farrell Reigns headed to the line. Farrell Reigns averaged 20 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. So Farrell Reigns really was, you know, had himself a year. He led his team in scoring, led his team in assists. And he just was a true leader out there on the floor. The second leading scorer was their shooter, David Madison, followed by AJ Quinn and Adrian Robinson, with both having 11.3 points per game. And both AJ Quinn and Adrian Robinson both averaged 7 rebounds per game as well. So a very dangerous attack down there from those big guys. And then you got Jaden Carter Jr., who's a great rebounder at that 2 wing spot, averaging 11 points as well with 5 rebounds. Oh no, actually Jaden Carter Jr. averaged 8 points. Pardon me, guys. But after the free throws, we got Caden Numa with the rock. Farrell knocking him down. And then Larry trying to take a shot. No good. And I was talking about AJ Quinn thugging Zhao, but Zhao using his size right there to get that rebound and just slamming it home. Zhao Lee. User big man. Ew, I don't know what pass that was. Bit of an ugly possession. Farrell steps into the midi. Numa is too small. Defense did not phase Farrell right there. And that little midi from Farrell is just his spot, man. If I'm not mistaken, he went with like a 2-way Kyrie Irving tendency build. So, and he's an active guy that develops his players. So that is why this dude, Farrell Reigns, wound up being the top point guard in the nation. This guy's one of the most active guys. This guy develops his player. He stacks that SC to the ceiling. Not only is he at every event, but he also is a big spender in the league. He is one of the biggest sponsors here in the SBA. So big shout out to Farrell Reigns, man. Really a big part of the growth here in the SBA when it comes to the support. Of course, you know, this is a free league, but things cost, you know what I'm saying? I got staff members, I got people doing edits for us, I got a lot of things going, even the time that it takes to do these things. So we definitely appreciate when guys like Farrell Reigns and the rest of the guys who are on Patreon all season long, you know, are showing love. Shout out to my Patreon guys, Patreon gang. Let me get a hashtag Patreon in the chat. I know that's a bit long, but I got to give our Patreon guys some love. They really held it down all season long. We had a great year. David Madison, 3-ball, and I told you, David Madison is the Uda for Holy Rams. He is lights out. You got to watch out for a guy like David Madison because he can knock down threes in abundance. Nice move from Caden Numa, but Caden Numa cannot find his strut. He is icy cold. But when you got those 2 big guys down there that we know is just tremendous talents in Adrian Robinson and AJ Quinn, that's what happens, man. AJ Quinn in the post, off the glass. Caden Numa is just too little. That is a mismatch. AJ Quinn gets his first basket, though. That was only AJ Quinn's first basket, guys. Numa to Zhao. Zhao, what do you got? Zhao to Larry. Larry step back, midi, defense all over him. And I'm telling you, these guys are making it very hard on Larry now. They was giving him some good looks early, but now nothing doing. Caden Numa's picking up his 3rd in the second quarter. Coach is going to have to get him out of there. They're going right at Caden Numa. They see that little body on the floor, and they're going right at him. This is playoff basketball. That's what you like to see. You see the small, weaker defender. They're looking to exploit him. Love the strategy right there from Word of God. AJ Quinn knocked down the first one. Second one, ill, off the front of the rim. Izzy Washington to Nash. Nash, nice leaning midi in transition. And I told you, these bench guys for Sierra Canyon is pretty good. These bench guys for Sierra Canyon are pretty good. Quinn with the rock. Quinn to Ewan. Ewan the lefty. Shot is up. No good. Nash with the rock. Nash to Levins. Levins, what do you got? Levins to Johnson. Johnson, nice lane right there. Not sure how he got that good of a look on the interior, but he did, and he gets it to go. Three-pointer on its way from AJ Quinn, who extends his range. And I'm telling y'all right now, if AJ Quinn could do that on the next level, whichever level he chooses to go, that is going to be very dangerous. Already an undersized, very strong big who is highly productive. But now add that three-pointer to the bag, and trust me, teams will be in for a long night. Let me get a sound check, guys. Let me make sure everything is good. Can you guys hear me correctly? Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let me get a hashtag our league in the chat. You know how we rockin' SBA community. How are y'all feeling tonight? Y'all want some rec after this? Talk to me. Let me know if y'all want some rec after this. Levins catch and shoot. He didn't hesitate. And Levins knocking it down. Levins another guy that you got to keep your eye on for Sierra Canyon. This guy, he's came up big for Sierra Canyon all season long in certain spots. Coming off that bench or when he's implemented with the starters. Levins is a guy that you got to watch out for. He's definitely a generic that I'm going to be interested to see at the next level wherever he goes. I believe he's more of an academy guy, but you never know, man. Them scouts might be in his ear overseas too. Johnson with the rock. Johnson trying to get in deep again. Nice move, but Farrell is there. However, they're going to call a foul. Farrell's like, what? So he can just go down there and try to just like throw up anything. I think that was a bailout call. Not sure where he was trying to go with that one, but the first free throw is up and it is good. 29-34 in favor of Word of God. Sierra Canyon is still in it though. They still have some time. They still got some fight in them. Not like this game is still very close. Still a lot of time left. And trust me, with a team like Sierra Canyon that can score in a hurry, Word of God is going to want to draw some more distance as that first seed as we're going into this second half. Fisher gets it to Farrell. Farrell wants the screen. Farrell to McAdoo. Beautiful pick and roll action. O'Brien left hand cheese. Feels so good that I just know all the players now. It's going to feel weird when a new series start and I don't know guys' names. Levins with the rock. Levins to Nash. Nash. Turnaround hook. Good. Told you these Sierra Canyon guys, they got some pieces. Down 4. Farrell with the rock, and these guys are ringing. Are they going to hold for the last? No, Farrell said, I'm going to go. This guy's too little and one. And that is why he's the #1 point guard in the nation. Gets it done on both ends. Thought he would hold for the last, but he said, why would I wait when I could just go get a bucket? Can Farrell knock down this free throw and convert the old-fashioned three-point play? No rhythm dribbles, none needed. Swiss cheese, nada but net for the tribal chief, Farrell Reigns. Nice move. Wow. Try to go right back at Farrell, but trust me, man. A guard of that caliber, I don't know if you want to get into a back-and-forth game with him. Different matchup on him now. They got Izzy on him. Let's see if Farrell can dance on Izzy. He's going to hold for the last. He wants the screen. Let's see what Farrell likes to do. Lean in, jump shot, Swiss cheese. Nothing but net. Tribal chief is in his bag. At the half, the heave is way off the mark. 42-32 in favor of Word of God. And the tribal chief came on strong in that second quarter after a very, very quiet first quarter, man. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this game so far. Who do you guys got? I know a couple of guys in the chat was rooting for the upset. But how is it looking right now? The tribal chief caught fire at the end of that half. And I don't know, guys. Larry James and company is going to have to wake up. Because if they don't wake up in a hurry, things can get ugly. Big shout out to Shady McGrady, Tyrese McGrady of the Overseas Series in tune. He says him and Patrick Vince, a.k.a. Party Time PB, is sitting courtside. Shout out to the overseas guys popping out, sitting courtside of the Tribal Chief with 19 points, 4 assists in the half. Pharaoh just showing that he's a man amongst boys right now in this game. However, Sierra Canyon still got a shot, guys. I'm not going to call it on them yet. Let me know what you think. Is it over for Sierra Canyon? Is this lead a little bit too much, or do they still have a lot of time, guys? Talk to me. It's only a 10-point lead, but we know how dangerous Word of God is. They don't give up leads often. Only lost 2 games, and Caden Numa trying to get back on track, knocking down that 3 to start the second half. Pardon me. Aaron Robinson trying to go on McAdoo. Aaron Robinson. And that is why Adrian Robinson is so dangerous. That is why overseas scouts were calling to get this guy on the first flight to wherever he's drafted. This guy, Aaron Robinson, whoa. This kid just shows so many flashes of potential. Only average, 11 and 7.9 this year, but the flashes that this kid shows, man, definitely has potential to be one of the best power forwards in the SBA in my eyes. If he can get that game together, develop properly, the sky is the limit for a kid like Adrian Robinson. Madison with the rock. Madison gets it to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, ooh, thought about it, but Newsom was there. Good defense by Newsom. Uh-oh, Madison got a baby. He's a shooter, but let's see what he can do with a smaller guy on him, and he makes him pay. Yo, look how they're exploiting Caden Numa. Whoever is guarding Caden Numa, Word of God is making sure that guy gets the ball. I love the game plan from the coach. Forcing their hand. They're going to have to start sending doubles, and that's how their shooter's going to get open. That three-pointer off the mark. Pharaoh with the rock. Pharaoh gets it to Quinn. Still on the play. Good defense right there by McAdoo. Newsom, open 3. That's cash. You cannot leave Newsom wide open. That is going to be good more times than not. And Newsom, just a solid guy for Sierra Canyon. I think this kid has showed flashes this year as well. Shows a lot of potential. I just think he just got to find the right place at the next level to take his game just up one notch. You know what I'm saying? He's a good shooter, plays pretty good defense, but we haven't seen him do anything outstanding. Nice move by Larry James, skipping through that lane. 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting for Larry. And Larry's 2 for 6 from the three-point line. So after looking like Larry was going to be hot, Larry kind of cooled down. AJ Quinn going to the hole against Zhao. And that's where Zhao, is a bit shaky. When AJ Quinn takes him on the outside, AJ Quinn got a bit of a bag. And Zhao Lee, that tall frame, a bit linky. I don't know if he can move his feet out there. AJ Quinn headed to the line for 2. Knocks down that first one. Swiss cheese, nothing but net. Second one on the way for AJ Quinn. It is good. 48-40 in favor of Word of God. I told you, those 2 bigs, man, the Tribal Chief and AJ Quinn. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's a better big tandem. It may not be a better big tandem than these 2 guys. I don't know. I may got to do my homework on that, but I mean, wins don't lie. Like, this team was the #1 seed. Both of these guys average almost identical stats. And Shabazz Armstrong knocking down the 3. Shabazz Armstrong, another guy that you got to watch. A generic guy that could definitely show flashes. And I think he has some potential. Nice size guy. He could shoot. He can defend pretty good. A pretty balanced, generic AJ Quinn off the beautiful pick and roll. High pick and roll. But I love the angle that Pharaoh took to get Zhao Lee to have to commit all the way to him in that corner and giving Adrian Robinson the room he needed to make that finish. Such a smart play from Pharaoh Reigns on that one, but Pharaoh Reigns picking up the foul. Things are getting a bit chippy. The Tribal Chief, though, is definitely having a great game in this one. However, his team only up 7. Zhao, what do you got? Zhao gets it to Larry. Larry trying to turn that corner. Jaden Carter Jr. is doing a terrific job on Larry after those 2 threes. Larry having to force that one. No good. Jaden Carter with the rebound after putting Larry in a box. And that is going to be a story to tell. Jaden Carter Jr. put in a #2 point guard in a box in the first round here. Jaden Carter Jr. is not to be played with. Now it looks like he's trying to go at Larry. No, he wants to get it to Adrian Robinson. Quinn now with it. Quinn to Farrell. Beautiful play call. And Farrell knocks it down. Yeah, they weren't ready for that play call right there. They were not ready for that play call. That was a beautiful play. We've been seeing some beautiful play calls from these coaches in this national tournament. Coaches bringing out all a bag of tricks. And I love it. Larry with the rock. Larry to Newsom. Newsom to James. Shout out to my guy Party Time PB checking in. Good pass out of shot right there for Larry, because that was about to be another one. 3-pointer on the way for Newsom. Ew. Off the mark. Not going to get that one to go. Farrell with the rock. Farrell trying to get by Numa. And Farrell with the tough finish. Caden Numa just can't do anything with Farrell Reigns, man. He cannot do anything with Farrell Reigns. Just way too small. Caden Numa not a defensive guy. Farrell Reigns just too good. Zal with the rock. Zal trying to put a move. A nice move right there from Zal. Draws Adrian Robinson out. Goes with that little push. Goes with that little push crossover right there. And then pulls up the short shot. That was beautiful. Adrian Robinson to Farrell and the Tribal Chief. Swiss cheese. Nothing but net once again. 27 points in the third quarter. This guy puts in the work. He is the hardest working guy here in the SBA, if I'm just being honest. When it comes to that off the court work, Farrell puts it in, and we're seeing the results of that here in this high school national tournament. Hot take by Shady McGrady, the best kept secret. He has his own what we call it, like a newscast. And his hot take is, if Reigns would have gone straight to the SBA, he'll be a top 5 guard selected, and that might hold some truth. Although he is younger than a lot of the top guards that came from overseas in college, the potential of a guy like Farrell Reigns, just due to his hard work, no matter how young he is, you want a guy like that at the helm of your team. So I definitely can take some of that to Reese McGrady. Farrell Reigns headed to the line for 2. And now Farrell is just pouring it on. It's looking like they're going to start to run away with this one. Don't want to call it too early. But if he knocks down both of his free throws, this is a 15-point game. The Tribal Chief just going off. His home crowd is loving it. #1 seed. This is what they expected. And right now, it is looking like they came into this one prepared. Looked like Coach Honcho got them prepared. Coach Honcho. Rumors of Coach Honcho headed to the SBA as a coach, guys. Isn't that interesting? Rumors of Coach Honcho headed to the SBA as a coach after one season having a first-seeded Word of God. So Coach Honcho had a lot of success with Word of God this year. And now a lot of rumors in the SBA is saying that Coach Honcho is first on the list for the head coach of one of those SBA teams. So let me know what you guys think about that. He led this Word of God team to a really good season. Coached and developed, if not the best guard in the league, in an alley-oop on that one. Beautiful play set up by the Tribal Chief. And now he's thinking about headed to going to the SBA draft. I mean, headed to the SBA to Coach Honcho. So shout out to Coach Honcho. We wish you the best, Coach, on your new endeavors, if that's what you choose to do. Shot is up and it is good, but that is a deep midi for Larry James. Hopefully that can get him going. Farrell to Jaden Carter. Jaden O'Bryant. And the pick and roll is killing Sierra Canyon right now. Sierra Canyon has no answer for that pick and roll offense. They have no answer for that pick and roll offense, guys. Larry's going to hold for the last shot. Larry surveying the floor. Larry trying to skip through, but Jaden Carter all over that, and Larry's gonna miss again. Yo, Jaden Carter really has Larry frustrated. He is in Larry's head rent-free right now. Because I'm telling you, Larry James is not used to too many nights like this. Larry James is one of the best point guards in the series. One of the best shooters, if not the best shooter in the series. And right now, Jaden Carter has him looking like nothing. He is 3 for, I believe 13 from the field right now. Madison, three-pointer on the way, it's good. And David Madison, the shooter for Word of God, knocking it down. So Shady McGrady asked me my thoughts on Word of God duo going to the overseas tour draft. I think that I think it's a very interesting move, but it may be one of the best moves for those guys. Three-pointer from Larry off the offensive rebound by Zhao, good. 50-67, still a pretty big lead right here, but don't take your foot off the brake. Don't take your foot off the gas if you're the Holy Rams in this one. Quinn back the reins, but I think it's definitely a good move for those guys. I think Pharoah Reigns really can be comfortable anywhere. I think it's maybe smart for him to go somewhere for a year and develop, like a intro series to develop. Even though he's super active, he works hard. Air ball, ew. That's a rare occasion from him, but the defense was all over him on that one, making sure he didn't get any look off the screen. But like I was saying about Pharoah before he shot that air ball, I think it's smart that he went somewhere to develop for a year before he jumped into the the deep waters of the SBA pros. So Larry gets him in the air, floated cheese, what a move. Now we're seeing Larry use some of that offensive bag, and he has 15 points on 35% from the field. Hopefully that could get him on track. But back to Pharoah, like I was saying, I think it's good that he went to a series where he could develop. I also think that's good for Adrian Robinson as well, because both of these guys show flashes of superstardom, but I think they're still just super young and raw, and sometimes going straight to the pros can hurt your confidence if you don't, perform how you're used to performing when you're playing amongst people who's more so fit for your peers. Sierra Canyon on the 8-0 run, and I told you guys, don't let your foot off the gas, because just like that, it's a 12-point game after it just being 17. So Sierra Canyon trying to claw right back into this one. And as a SBA community, let me get those 4s in the chat. I know we a bit late with it, but drop those 4s in the chat. Pharoah Reigns, player of the game so far. And you gotta love what you see, man. Just a man amongst boys, if I'm being honest. Just night in, night out, works so hard, and it pays off, man. This guy is in the lab getting it done. He's constantly trying to figure out how to improve his play and what he needs to do to put his team in the best position to win. And a guy like Pharoah Reigns is a guy that any coach or any organization will love to have at any of the next levels. But he will be headed to the overseas draft, as well as Air Robinson. And it's going to be interesting to see where those guys land, man. Wouldn't it be funny if those guys land on the same team again? Wouldn't that be crazy if Adrian Robinson and Pharoah Reigns wound up on the same team again? David Madison with the rock. Gets it to Pharoah. Pharoah off the screen. Zhao. Can he? Oh, God! Put Zhao on the ground. Oh, this guy, this guy, Pharoah Reigns, just got too much of a bag on him. Did you guys see that move? Oh, my God. Zhao Lee was just lost. He just didn't know what to do. But Larry coming back in this one. Keep an eye on Larry James. He was just cold. Jaden Carter had him in the box, but now Larry is starting to get off. Pay attention to that, guys. Pharoah floater in the lane. No good, but he gets his own rebound over the 7-foot. Zhao finds his shooter in the corner. However, David Madison can't get that one to go. Sierra Canyon could get this lead to 10. David Madison not having a night he would have wanted. 3 of 9 right now. So still got some things to work on. Beautiful pass from Larry to Newsome. And Larry James is in his bag. Cuts the lead down to 10 now. Larry is doing it right now. Pay attention, guys. David Madison off that curl. Oh, that's cash. No hand up. Oh, he misses. Usually hand down, man down for David Madison, but he's 30% from the... I can't believe he's 3 for 10 right now. Yeah, I believe he's 30%. Larry tries to go with the leading 3. I believe he forced that one. Y'all just had a couple good possessions, man. Got it down to 10. Why take that one? Good defense right there from Shabazz Armstrong, trying to get AJ Quinn going here in this 4th quarter. But to no avail with that one. AJ Quinn is a bit quiet. Larry midi. Larry James is in his bag now. 22 points. And he's trying to cover ground. He knows the scouts are out here. Jaden Carter had him in a box early. But Pharaoh Reigns wide open. Double screen. Oh, he missed. So now, Word of God going a bit cold. And it is an 8-point game. The crowd is starting to get a bit nervous. Pharaoh Reigns called for his 3rd foul. 340. He's getting frustrated. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. We have ourselves a game here. Last game of the 1st round. Larry tries to force it again, but get that guy a map. That's AJ Quinn. Sends that out of here, and David Madison shows the vision. Throwing that alley to AJ Quinn. And Sierra Canyon still on a 14-4 run, but got to get a bucket here. Newsom, the shooter. Good. That is a huge 3 right there for Antonio Newsom. I told you this kid shows flashes. Cannot give him looks like that. Defense closed out pretty good, and that was pretty deep, but he still knocked it down. Pharaoh Reigns, that one is good, though. That one is good. Pharaoh Reigns right back, and you got to get a hand up. They cannot allow him to keep killing them off of these screens, yo. They got to figure out a different technique off of the screen. For Pharaoh. Larry, ooh, good foul right there by Jaden Carter, even though he's going to pick up his 3rd. Because Larry looked like he had an open man. Word of God crowd is into it. They're trying to keep their team in this one. They know how important this win-or-go-home game is. Larry trying to put a move on Jaden. Ooh, Pharaoh Reigns with the steal. Clutch steal by Pharaoh. Pharaoh goes with the tough midi. Ew, no good. Should have gave that one up. But the Tribal Chief was banking on himself on that one. Still got a 10-point lead with 2:30 left. So Sierra Canyon needs some sense of urgency here. And Larry James is tired, but goes for that ugly shot. Long rebound by Newsom, and that saved him. I don't know why Larry James went for that shot, and Newsom going with a deep 3. I don't know, guys. Trying to cover too much ground too quick. And look how that pays off. Basketball guys don't like those bad shots. And in transition, Word of God just capitalizing and making them pay. Larry James is tired in this game. He gave it his all, but he's still going. 3-pointer off the mark. And Larry might have ran out of gas, guys. Larry might have ran out of gas, but the story to me is how quiet Zhao Lee and Caden Numa was in this matchup. Newsom even stepped up to try to help AJ Quinn with the rebound, and that is why the tough guy, AJ Quinn, undersized big, is just so dangerous. And it is looking like Word of God is going to cruise to a victory here. Only up 14, but 14 with 1:30 left. 35-second shot clock, guys. I believe that's all she wrote. Talk to me. Let me know if you think they still have a chance. Ew, they definitely don't have a chance. Larry is just putting up anything now. And after going on a 14-4 run, it is all she wrote. I don't know why Larry elected to go for that shot. I think they're throwing the white flag. David Madison tried to go to the hole and skip through, but no good. Armstrong pushing it up, gets it to Larry. Larry to Newsom. Newsom back to Larry. Larry trying to get off the screen. Larry elected to go for all of those leaners late. And Larry, you played a far better half, man. Why do you end the half like this? Even if you got to take shots in a hurry at the end of the game and you're banking on yourself, try to get a different look. And you're tired. But I understand Larry, though. Caden Newman didn't come to play. Neither did Zhao Lee. And that definitely hurt their team big time. AJ Quinn, beautiful move. Ooh, couldn't finish. That was a beautiful move by AJ Quinn. Yo, this guy, AJ Quinn, has a bag. Newsom with the rock. Newsom tried to get it going, but he is ripped by Air Robinson. David Madison with the rock gets it to Pharaoh, and the Tribal Chief is going to dribble this one out, and the Tribal Chief did all he needed to get his team the victory. Player of the game, most definitely Pharaoh Reigns. And Pharaoh Reigns is that guy, man. Showed you why today. Great game from both teams, but if I'm being honest, Word of God just wanted it more, man. Jaden Carter Jr. had his flashes. Adrian Robinson had his flashes, but they just played a terrific team game. Terrific team game. Sorry, dang, I messed up just now, not letting you guys see those highlights through. But the Tribal Chief, 34 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. 11 of 20 from the field, 5 of 10 from the three-point line, 7 of 7 from the free throw line in the national tournament debut for Pharaoh Reigns, the Tribal Chief. This guy is a problem, man. Just look at the numbers. And then AJ Quinn, just such a beast. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 5 of 7. 1 of 1 from the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. AJ Quinn doing what he did all season long. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to keep an eye on this kid at the next level. I know he's a generic, but you got to keep an eye on him. What can't this kid do? And if he grows, the league is in trouble. Jaden Carter Jr., 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. And Jaden Carter Jr. is a defending guy, and he did more than enough of his job putting Numa in the box. And I can't really blame Numa when you got a guy like him, checking you. I'm just being honest, man. Jaden Carter Jr. is a beast on the defensive end. David Madison, the shooter for Word of God, didn't have a night tonight. 3 of 11, 2 of 6, but he still got the job done, and those 2 threes were all his team needed him to do tonight. Sean O'Brien, 8 points in 7 minutes, 4 for 4. Way to come in and do exactly what your coach wants you to do. Maybe get some more minutes after that performance, but that goes a long way. When your bench come in and plays like that, that is great. And Adrian Robinson with a nice game, just playing his role. Didn't need to score it too much when he had to take matters into his own hands. You see what he did with that dunk and that nice layup right there. But he did have 13 rebounds, 6 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, and was very efficient on his only 5 attempts. But like I said, didn't really need to take anything else. And let's head to the other side. Actually, I got to get all the stats. I'm bugging. Got to get my guy Olin his stats. Shout out to my guy O-Block. You know he holds it down with the statistics here in the SBA because we like to track it just in case 2K gets wacky, guys. So we like to track our own stats via My Stats Online and the various spreadsheets that we have. So if you're interested in checking out them stats, be sure to hit that statistics tab in the Discord. So, yeah, man, this was just a pretty good all-around effort from Word of God, if I'm being honest with you. They shot the ball well as a team. I'm not even looking at the team numbers, but I could just tell from the box score. And, yeah, as we go to the next team, let's see. Larry James, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 of 26. That is not going to get it done, Larry. Larry is a volume shooter, shot 14 threes, and I think he forced a lot. He did force a lot late. I don't want to say he was forcing early on, and he shot them out the game because he didn't shoot them out the game. But it was tough, man. It was tough. They had Jaden Carter Jr. switching between Larry and Caden Numa, depending on the lineup that was in the game. And it could get tough. Whether you got Jaden Carter Jr. on you or Pharaoh Reigns, it could get very tough because both of those guys have, tremendous defensive abilities. And Larry did all he could, but that's too many shots, man. You were just jacking shots up at the end. I think you could go out a little more classy, Larry. I think you should have, spread the ball out, even though y'all guys were losing, But who am I to say? You was in a win-or-go-home situation, and you're that guy for your team, so don't let me speak for you. Shabazz, Armstrong, Antonio Newsom played a decent game, 3 for 9. That's why I said this kid shows flashes, but I would like to see him go to the academy and develop his game, really harness his game, learn what his game is, get those tendencies right, get those attributes up in the core places that he wants it to work, and really, blossom. I think he definitely has the tools and he can get it done. We just got to see what he's going to do. Zhao Li quiet. Zhao Li was a bit quiet. 7-9, 2-1 and 2. That's okay, Zhao, but we just know that Zhao Li is capable of a bit more. So it was that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough to accept from Zhao Li in a playoff game, That and we'll see, man. We'll see. So at the next level for Zhao Li, he has to develop too. All of these guys are young, just high school kids, but this high school series has been amazing, guys. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. I'm going to end off on a team comparison, but I definitely got to thank you guys for being active all high school season. We're here in the tournament, and we still got good numbers, so I truly, truly appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. We are 1 year into the YouTube, and we're almost monetized, guys. So we got about 50 subscribers left until we're monetized. So that's a pretty big deal for me. So appreciate you guys for all the love and support, man. Let's go to the team comparison real quick. 41% from the field for Sierra Canyon, 54% from the field for Word of God, 45% from the three-point line for Word of God, and then 35% from the three-point line for Sierra Canyon. They were just chucking them up, if I'm being honest. 75% from the penny stripe for Sierra Canyon. They didn't go there too much, but Word of God, however, was 10 for 11. So they went there often, and they got it done true at 91%, and that's what makes the difference in games. That bench effort that they got, as well as knocking down those free throws. And Sierra Canyon actually led them in bench points, but I just felt like some of the bench players, when they came in, they had timely baskets for they had very timely baskets for Word of God. And I believe it was O'Brien. Yeah, it was O'Brien who just was having them timely baskets. And offensive rebound battle went to Sierra Canyon. They got Zhao Li over there, so that's no surprise. However, the overall rebounding battle, I don't want to do that math, but the overall rebounding battle goes to Word of God. Yeah, so. But this was a good game all in all. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Be sure to stay tuned because we got some rec action coming your way. Jo and KC, my staff members, been cooking up, and they got something coming for you on Twitch. So don't go anywhere. Go to the Discord, chop it up about what you just saw, and we'll be right back to the action on Twitch. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Who said don't trust access? Forgot to check it. Who was that? But appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. Commish Moolah out. Catch me in the Discord. I'll definitely be in the VC for a while. So if you new guys want to get in the VC, chop it up, ask some questions. I will be in the VC with some of the mods. So come on, tune in while we, pull up while we watch some rec action on Twitch. So pull up to the VC. It's called the Block VC. It's under the general chat. So yeah, pop out. Let's chop it up as a community like we usually do, and watch some fun rec between the college and overseas guys, man. That's gonna be fun to watch them guys in the combine. So let's get a taste of that pre-combine right now. So appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Like I said, once again, it's your boy Commish Moolah. I went a little bit long on this outro, but it's only 53 minutes, so I'm good.